line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here live on PT Race TV, now live here at Hickory, North Carolina's Hickory Motor Speedway. It is time for the second and final race of the season for Pushing Limits Racing League and their Honda Civic Type R's here on the show. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back onto the show as always here on the YouTube channel here as we get ready to go to the action, get down to business here. Time to take a look at your starting lineup for this one today. And the number 08, it'll be Ryan Kennison on the pole the outside. And the other 8, it's the number 8 of Tyler O'Orick. Row number 2 is going to be Mike right out in the same 60. Outside the 14 is the Crusader Christian Shriver. Row number 3 is going to be Jason Brennan, the 55. The outside, number 84, it is Matthew Hofford. Row number 4 is the Throttle Chantel Bottle on the 5. The outside, and 20, it is Jeff Oakes. And finally, starting in row 5, Stanley Paul on the 48. With the 13, it is Hunter Hansen. Cameron Hansen trying to get himself another short track win this season, looking for something good to go on his end of the platter, but he'll have to work his way from the outhouse into that White House. Driving to ride him off down through the corners here and set to the gears. Green flag is out here at Hickory. Let's go green. 100 laps for the Honda Civics. If you like short track racing, you're going to get a lot of it here. Beating and banging it a little bit, driving off to the gate. Jason Brennan getting clipped there right out of the turn. The 55 Motor Racing sent way back into the back immediately. Oh, and Ryan Kennison way wide in the wall. Aggressive air racing off. Here comes the 14 of Schreiber to the inside. Shriver in desperation mode as well for this one. Points a crucial pot. Any position he can get will certainly help. Only one win this season so far. O'Rourke right now currently with a solid 2 to his name. Would love to add number 3. And he's right now doing a good job there as Kennison continues to hold the lead off. Hold down the 3rd spot here as Shriver tries to get up there to the 8. Is way behind him. Keeping his distance, keeping his gravel, he'll pull through. Mike right out and Chantel Bottle back and forth with each other here. This is a long run fight and a hard driving setup here between every driver and themselves. And for some, it's all about patience and consistency. Conservation right here. Matthew Hoffert, the points leader, entering into this race. He's 3 ahead right now of the Crusader. But Shriver told us earlier he'll try to do what he can to get down to business. Hunter Hansen as well, trying to move the chains in a bit. The Throttle Chantel Bottle scooted up just a little bit as Hansen continues to move his way to the chains as well. That's to be expected here. You expect a lot of hard driving from these drivers and a lot of drivers to finally get power and pressure onto the momentum here. Look at that, it's got the corner. Look at this there, side by side, fenders to fenders, down the inside. Shriver trying to get O'Rourke right on the corner, down through 3 and 4. O'Rourke pretty steadily down there on the turn, trying to stay tight but not let the 14 on by. Those tires right now are eating and tearing away up the corners, just trying to hold down the turns, trying to hang in a little bit. Neither driver wants to give it in. Driver a lot tighter. O'Rourke way wider. That just cuts right down on the 14. There he goes for a ride. Manages to save it as Geddeston will hold on down to the charge. Down through turn 2. It is going to be O'Rourke getting ahead. And all that run and build up just completely all for naught. Short track racing, that'll do it to you sometimes. That's the aggressive nature of this one. There's no safe zones here. There's no such thing. It's either you get to the field, you get to the front, you hang on, or you're gonna get plowed sooner or later. Because eventually those cars will take a little tick and they'll take a little tack and they'll get a little bit knocked right on back. For the first 10 laps, we've seen fenders used, we've seen cars getting tortured a little bit, and now we're seeing a whole lot more just kind of play itself out. Looks like some fuel saving going on down there for the 5% up model. I see some Brent tries to keep right up ahead. Brent said earlier on that this is the last season you'll see the Moser Racing 55 being put on the track and used off on the circuit. And right now seems to be well aware the gravity and the gravitational issue that was when he got clipped there earlier on, as he tries to hang on, try to build a little bit of power there around the track. Meanwhile, now moving to the change, Jeff Oakes, the 20 full plus machine. He's got 2 wins to his name this season, all on the road course side of things, not on the ovals. But he has come close and he has really made a charge for it. He's done everything he can to get there and back again. And I'm not trying to quote no Daughtry song. I mean, literally, he has done such a great job this season using the momentum, using the power to kind of hang tight and hang up the speeds and the run that he needed to. But this season, it seems as though the ovals are not his friend, but the road course says, well, that seems to be a different story. And it was kind of not kind of surprising, though. He is a bit of a road course ringer, so. And you can see the braking here on these corners and on these turns until you get a big bump and a slack there. Hansen pushed way wide. There goes the 13. Oakes to the inside. There's the pass. Oh, bump and run. It does you some good. It will work when you want it to. Hansen knows that the front wheel drives in these cars, they will tighten up badly and they will have a lot of issues to go with it. Right now, Rideout trying to get up there to Stryver, and if Rideout, by the way, can get himself in a pretty good position today, he might have a chance to actually gain a little bit more points, a little bit more traction to possibly go for the points lead this season. But again, the points race will be all finished up next week down in Nashville Fairgrounds. We'll have to see how the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway handles the Honda Civic Type R around these parts, but right now the battle is up between O'Rourke and Geddeston. Geddeston, after getting clipped up there by O'Rourke earlier, now regains his composure and builds the speed back up, saving the tires down. Great run there from O'Rourke for a little while there, but Geddeston making all he needs to get that speed and power back on his sledge and on his track side. And you can just see how gentle they have to be in and out of those turns, how smooth they got to run the corner off. They can't get too aggressive as they're going to run their way through lap traffic. The 48 has Stanley Pottle right in the way. But again, that's a necessary need here. You have to do that just to keep the car in somewhat relative control. Although Stryver seems to be on a completely different level. Look at him, he's trying to turn that thing into the ground, and he is harder on the gas than we usually see him. Braking quick and braking hard. He said that's one thing he does well at Hickory. He knows how this track works. But in turn, how much does that do to the tire, you wonder? He has obviously burnt up the right side a little bit from that spin down to save the car. But it seems to be working. O'Rourke right now struggling to keep the speed up. Driver trying to get to him. But with a 100-lap race, again, every ounce of tire, every ounce of fuel you can get is going to make the difference here. Back on board here with the points leader, Matthew Hoffert. And he is so far also without a asphalt season championship. He does have dirt. He has a dirt championship, but he does not have the Pushing Limits Racing League championship. Nor does he have any asphalt championships to his name. He said earlier, I've been waiting so long for it. I'm hoping we can finally put things together. But he's going to have all it's cut out to be and all it's working to be. If he got to figure this one out a little bit. Time to take a look at our best lap time so far here. And the best so far coming in at 15.26. That was set by Ryan Keniston at number 08. And the time zone there, 15.37 for Shriver. O'Rourke, 35. A lot of drivers being carefully optimistic and carefully dramatic on their cornering and on their runs here. Look at this now, down through the turns here. Looks like Oaks trying to make some moves off on Hoffer. As Hoffer's staying in the call here. He wants to save the fuel up a little bit. He's telling a spotter, but he's also going to have to deal with some bumping and banging. Oaks side by side with him. That's good old short track racing right there, folks. Side by side, bump, beating, and banging a little just to make the pass, make the corner on a tight-ended track like this. It happens more often than not. Oaks, though, not able to clear Hoffer. Maybe just trying to back down, not mess up his run for himself. And remember, too, that next season we will not be seeing these Honda Civic Type R's no more. Oh, no. We'll be seeing late models, Cars Tour cars coming out on the track. Stanley Fodder looks like a mechanical problem. We just heard a clip on the wall there. Looks like he will be out of the race. 48, done for the night. Done for the time being here, so that will unfortunately be a tough break there for him. So now that leaves 9 drivers here to try to go at it and try to duke it out. Oaks and Hopper still trying to keep each other honest, trying to keep it real with one another. Oh! And Chantel Pottle just getting way wide of that turn. Again, I know these cars are tough to drive, but you can't let that car get too far up into the wall. Any damage on that car, and it will hurt you. And it's hurting quite a bit as Keniston is already trying to mash the gas pedal and catch up to her. And it looks like actually O'Rourke and Shriver have actually had a little bit of a meeting of the minds. Shriver has passed O'Rourke here. The Can-Am number 8 trying to build some power back underneath, trying to look for a run on that Crusader. Again, 3 points down in this race so far, considering where Hoffer's at. That'll put him almost dead even with him in the points if he can win this position. And where Hoffer's at right now, that'll tie him, that'll put him, I believe, into a bit of a tie, or it's going to put him 1 point down. I'll have to get back on the map on that one here later on. Right out, still conserving his tires, staying low on the track. And that might be a smart move because, again, it's a 100-lap ordeal. You got to make sure those right sides don't get too crispy, don't get too cut up. They have to grip a little bit. They can't slide up too much, lose all that power, and that's where the trouble lies in the corners. Take a look at it right out here. Almost completely different to what we saw earlier with the 14. Much smoother. Still has the RPMs there, but you can see the smooth cornering. Not trying to over ramp the power up. And you can see not even getting the RPMs either. Almost kind of like an Oxford Plain Speedway kind of run here. Which again, the track very similar to Oxford. The only difference is there's some banking up there versus Oxford. Well, let's just say it's more of a flat tracker's paradise, if you will. That is how much of a difference it makes here. Pit stops should be coming up soon. Ryan Keniston this season trying to not only get himself into victory lane once, but also he's just trying to prove one last thing to these drivers that he can still get the job done. He was so close at Southern National Motorsports Park, but unfortunately for him, he went with a strategy that would end up costing him and got too wide on the final set of corners, giving Matthew Hoffer all he needed to catch him and to get inside his car. Taking it by literally 1/10,000 of a second, the closest finish ever recorded in Pushing Limits Racing League history. O'Rourke first to blink here. He'll head to pit road. The number 8 is in pit road now. Battle off here. Look at this 3-car battle for position. This is now the battle for 4th here. It was the battle for 5th. Hansen, Oaks, and Hoffert all in it to win it. Shriver now into pit road. Shriver going to hit his pit stop up as the rest of the field continues to move their way to the chains. O'Rourke trying to get back out on the track immediately here, but he's going to have some problems getting in and out. Kiniston now finally in pit road. Hoffert going to stay out. Oaks going in. Hansen going in a little bit. Shriver's out now. And he's going to get right ahead of O'Rourke here just a little bit. O'Rourke trying to get some momentum going. He's not going to have much room though. Shriver slow pits a little bit faster than O'Rourke did. Now Matthew Hopper going in, Hansen as well, and it looks like Hoffert gonna try to get situated. Oh, wait a minute, a little bit too far back. That's a problem, and he's gonna have to hurry now. That's a big problem for the 84. That is a points lead right there. That could just be going to waste. He just cost himself a lot of time and ground. Right out now, going to pit road. Chantel Bottle finally getting to pit road. A lot of damage on that 5. She may need to look at getting that cleaned up. Right out immediately, trying to get in there and get out quick. Hot charge around though. Shriver, he's trying to hurry. He's trying to hustle. Right out going to be in very critical situation here. He needs to get that fuel in and get out. Car refires. Shriver trying to get underneath, trying to speed, looking for win number 2, but he's got to get ahead of right out, coming out of pit road. On to turn number 2, and right out, get the speed going. It's close, but Shriver will get it right off the corner off of turn number 3. Now O'Rourke and right out going to have to try to get some momentum going. Right out immediately back on the gas pedal. We're halfway done with this race, and now the strategies have completely swapped this up. Offert now in 7th. They probably cannot believe one pit stop literally messed that up, but remember, we've seen that happen all season long. It happened to Kiniston more often than not, and actually it happened to him again. He had a bad pit stop and a bad big exit there. He's in 9th. He lost all that ground in time. He was a race leader. It was all for naught, unfortunately. Bottle has had a lot of bad luck as well. Remember, Oxford, she should have been in a better spot than she was, but her pit stops unfortunately costed her dearly. Like right out throughout the season, since that only win at Dover, hasn't been able to really recover from it. Iowa Speedway, he had problems there and it cost him. Jeff Oaks, Kentucky, Shriver at Myrtle Beach, O'Rourke a few times at some other tracks. But that has been how much of a dilemma they have faced constantly in and out with those pit stops, and they got it yet again done to them. Now the question is, how will that traffic handle when they're got up to or been pushed up to the limit here? A lot of pressure to be welding in and having to figure out again, with considering how close this race has come to and how close this race has gone to the wire. Brent and Kiniston right now trying to see who can outrace the other. Brent currently in 6th here, but a lap down. Right out, O'Rourke trying to get a little bit of a tandem draft, maybe a little speed. Chantal Bottle trying to hang with them in case a caution does come on out. Could give them somewhat of a chance and could give her a little bit of a break. Also, race fans on our Facebook Live tonight, be sure to tune on in. We've got a good one covered for you. We will see at Auto Club Speedway, 6 Sigma Sim Racing's Oval League, as they bring the Next Gen Cup cars to the Auto Club Speedway. It's going to be a wild one. You be tuned in. We'll see you later tonight. 60 laps now completed. 40 to go. Right out. Oh, he's closing in on that number 14. Lap traffic of Hunter Hansen right now, right in the way of the 14 and the 76 and the 8. This could get interesting. And look at this. Look how wide Shriver's driving versus right out here. He's driving a lot tighter in the corners. And that seems to be working out okay. I think right, Turner there. Hansen, look down there. Coming off the corner bank. Hold on. Side by side now, and O'Rourke getting right ahead of him, but it was a little bit of a troublesome slate there. Hansen had no room and nowhere to go against being this short of a track and that small of a track. Right now, trying to get the corner of the inside. Almost gets it on the 14, but Schreiber keys it back down. He's trying to drive it like you would the Super Lates or a late model or a street stock. I don't think that works here, though. He got clipped coming down. Right out, takes it to the inside now. O'Rourke coming right through. Almost 3 wide from turn number 4. Second time the 14's been clipped up. Right out, trying to get it right underneath again. Got to pass, and he'll take the run. Right out, looking for win number 2. O'Rourke yet again now, hoping for a little bit of momentum here. Schreiber kicks back again, but again, he's about 3 positions ahead. Or 4 positions, excuse me, of Hoffert. That will, if I did the math now, tie him in the position. That will at least give him a chance at Nashville to go head-to-head with him in a one-on-one affair. And whatever Rideout does, he's going to need both of them to mess up there if he finishes where he's at. Rideout desperately trying to keep the power underneath. Again, the little tap and toe tap there off the corner certainly did its job. That's just hard racing sometimes. There's nothing you can do about it. Jeff Oaks, the Fuel Plus number 20 here, trying to maneuver his way through. Looking to catch up there to Keniston, then to Bottle. And Bottle right now, after the season she's had, no wins, but so many close calls. Her closest being probably Kentucky Speedway, where she had that one in her mind wrapped up, but then the draft completely narrowed her off and narrowed it out, costing her dearly. Ryan Keniston still in the number 808. Pierce was hoping for a little bit of a break or a little bit of help at this point. Probably just can't even bear to witness anything else that's happened to him in this season. He's got the lead, then he all of a sudden loses it, then he had another chance at the lead, then everything just completely goes haywire on him. Big battle coming up with the race lead now. O'Rourke and Rideout again. Just look at how he's hitting these corners. Look how he's hitting these turns. So much smoother. And he's not trying to overdrive the car. He's actually blocking the bottom out completely. I think he took after what Schreiber made a mistake on, which was drive way too wide and then you end up getting caved in. So he's trying to drive a completely different line. This seems to work. O'Rourke has no momentum there on the front stretch. And even though he's trying to get a lot of momentum there on the back stretch, you can just see it's not enough to cave in and corner off. That's where the momentum and the power lies. Down to the final 26 laps remaining. Next time it'll be 25 on by. And some drivers you can still hear slapping that wall around a little bit. Oh, bump and run there from the 8. Trying to get right out. A little tight. He tried it. He can't quite get it. Maybe try that again. No, he's not going to be able to get it down on the inside again. 25 laps remain. Right out. O'Rourke going at it. Schreiber passed by lap traffic. Hansen just hoping for a break, hoping for a miracle, anything at this point to help him out. Jeff Oaks way back there in the back. Jason Brent, Ryan Keniston go out a little bit. Brent trying to corner off the 08, and he will. Brent earlier on probably just feeling like he got put into a boxing match with Mike Tyson because he got completely clipped up off the start. From our end, it looked like he may have came down just a little bit and up unfortunately paying the price at Hickory. But if you think it's crazy now, just imagine on a half mile with corners just as tight, just as tough, and high banks of Nashville Fairgrounds on these Honda Civic Type Rs. One of these drivers is going to have to truly figure out how to maneuver all that together and put that race in its place. I almost am guaranteeing you it will not be easy. And now Hoffert being passed around and getting trapped around a little bit too. The inspection station right now currently just hoping for a break, hoping for a miracle, anything at this point. Knows that if he's going to have to go one-on-one with Schreiber at Nashville, he'll have all he's got. But Hoffert is no slouch. Again, 2 wins this season to Schreiber's 1. That can make the difference. Running them back down through turn number 3 and turn number 4 here. Right out and over. Still going hard into the gas pedal and hard on the charge. And again, right out, the more he just keeps blocking that inside, the better he just continues to get. But again, the problem is you do that, you do get the old-fashioned bump runs. And O'Rourke's trying to get it to him. And he's still giving him a big bump, but he just can't give him a push. Any other car, that thing would have been lifted up on the rear wheels. And O'Rourke just cannot get that thing to lift. Right out, just continuing to defend him. Almost feels like he's probably driving a next-gen Cup car at this point. He probably has to literally go in about 100 miles per hour just to get that thing to even move in his mind. Got it on the outside there, looking for a pass. No! Still can't get him. And you can see how close he is. He's not giving him room. He's not giving him up any opportunities here. But right out again, just the fact that he's cornering out as tight as he is, it's doing him so much good. Bankings like this certainly help out for that. Hansen earlier, when he got tapped though, it looked like that car got shot straight to the right side and had nowhere to go. Speaking of Hansen now, he's going to go out a little bit. And the Matthew Hopper in the 84. Driver's right side tire is also starting to fall back a little bit off on the corner. So again, I only mentioned that because Jeff Oakes here is actually caved in from about 5-6 seconds back to only about 3.8. With everything else some of these drivers have been through, I wouldn't be surprised how bad those tires must feel and how aggressive they've been just to even try to keep the speeds up, just to hang on. 11 laps left to go here. Jeff Oakes now having to make his way right through number 55 is Jason Brent, as Brent is right ahead of him in the Moser Racing car. The Fuel Plus 55 here, or excuse me, Fuel Plus 20 of Jeff Oakes against that Moser Racing 55. But Oakes trying to just be a little bit conservative, trying to hang on a bit. All I can say is, folks, if you liked watching me to see, be sure to like and follow us up on our Facebook and subscribe here on our YouTube. We have great coverage like this and more so often than not every week almost, except for Fridays at this point. Occasionally we'll have a Friday night race or a Friday afternoon race, but we'll always have something for you to see and something to watch. So be sure to tune in always here on Pizza Race TV. And again, there's still to come, Six Sigma Sim Racing Oval League at Auto Coast Speedway. We'll catch it live on the Facebook Live channel soon enough. But just to think as well, next season, the late models on this track, if, like I said earlier, those bumps, those runs that these drivers are getting, and some of these hits that these cars have taken, yeah, those late models will not take that here. They will be pushed to their limits, and those right side tires will have more often than not. So expect a lot more aggressive and uncontrollable racing that will soon be to come. Well, these Honda Civics I-bars definitely this season proving that the Oval Series can be done with them. Tires starting to take wear and tear, starting to burn off more. Oakes starting to make a great little comeback here. Looking to try to maybe play a little spoiler and knock Schreiber down a few pegs. Right out, and O'Rourke still on that nose. Look at this now. O'Rourke, oh my, that could have been bad. He almost had a corner up on right out. Had to back it down there through turn number 1. Looked like he was trying to get a good little move out there, trying to take control of that turn. Couldn't quite get it. Hansen and Brent right now, they're not separated out too far either. Brent trying to get back to Hansen. And that's only his only competition, about 1 second back of him. Looking to try to hang on though. 2 laps to go though. This one will be your shootout. Running him down, final laps here. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This time on by the number 76, untelevised race at Dover. He won. He's looking to get one televised now. White flag in the air for the 76. Through the backstretch and off the distance. He outran his good friend, longtime rival, Tyler O'Rourke. Will not take him down. Mike Rideout will win it here at Hickory. And Brent Buntro in a little trouble there at Schreiber. He's actually pushed Schreiber back. Oakes gets it right ahead. Schreiber will fall to now 1 point down in the points race. Lap traffic got in the way there for the number 14, and it now costs him. Jeff Oakes pulls off a miraculous upset and now has a chance to really take some damage next time around. But ladies and gentlemen, Mike Rideout, he now puts his name in the points race as well. Next week, he has a chance. He has an opportunity to win out the championship against Shriver and Hoffert. Only separated out by about 4 points or so. That could be the difference maker. He's going for broke next week. It's time to take a look at your race results here now on the show. Rideout going to win it at last two races. One this season, one untelevised, and one now televised. Tyler O'Rourke gets second. Jeff Oakes miraculously strikes it back here. Goes third. Shriver, solid fourth. Hansen goes fifth. Brent sixth. Seventh to Hoffert. Pottle goes eighth. Ninth to Kinston. Stanley Pottle goes 10th. That rounds out the field. We have a lot to come next week. We'll see then when the time comes. For ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for tuning in here at Hickory Motor Speedway. We're going to sign off for now. We'll see you then when the green flag flies at Nashville.